There we go. I think we should be good now. Hopefully. My mic volume might be a little bit lower. Not entirely sure. Hopefully that's not too loud. Ah! I don't know if I'll scream. Oh my! Holy smokes! Alright, welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Just making sure everything's alright here. I'm gonna be starting off with Carkol. There's an outbreak I have. I do not have the shiny, so I would like to try to start our stream in that area. Alright, I think we're all good. I think everything's looking solid here. Alright, oh! Welcome again. Alright, let's head down to the outbreak. After I grab this. I would love to get a shiny Growlithe, honestly. That's one I want to try to hunt at some point. Just grab all the— oh my gosh, how am I not going to grab all these items? I mean, wow. What a distraction. Hey Alfie, good to see you, buddy. How's it going today? Hope everything is well. Happy Wednesday. Alright, let me head over to this outbreak. Keeping an eye on our random Rowlet and such that are spawning. Just for the off chance. Alright, so we're at the outbreak, it looks like. Here they are. Alright. I actually, today's not your day, why not, James? I appreciate that, Alfie. Yeah, it's going pretty well today so far. How about I spent like almost $2 million in this game on luxury balls, trying to catch a Pavilion with good IVs for competitive play. So, with the patterns, you can only catch them. You can't breed the patterns in this game, which, you know, it would be really easy to get a competitive one if you could with a Ditto. So I, you know, sent a postcard into my game, just like I wanted to get a modern pattern one for competitive play, and I wanted to catch it in a luxury ball, and I sat there, and I caught hundreds. Until I finally settled on, like I was trying to catch a no attack one and I didn't catch one at all. So I decided at one point in the hunt to just settle on, you know, I'll keep all my decent ones and then I'll IV check them by giving them like candies to 100, checking their IVs. Because if I got one that had one IV, technically that's the same as having 0 IV, like it's the same, it doesn't like raise your stat at all. So I finally found one that has 1 attack IV, that's the one I currently have here. So, yeah, it took me like a lot of money and time to get this. It's not even a shiny, it's just like a regular one. But I wanted to have 0 attack because Pavillion's defenses are so bad that it actually does matter on it. Like if they go for the foul play, it will do at least 1 more HP damage, which doesn't seem that significant, but trust me. There are certain scenarios where it will matter. Anyways, enough about that. Just knocking out the first 30 currently in this outbreak. So the shiny is kind of like bluish gray, like the body of it. So I'm assuming we will be able to tell. But yeah, I have this really spicy team idea I'm going to try with Pavilion on the ladder at some point. Let's see. I don't know, the lighting's kind of weird. Some of these do look like lighter. Okay, that's about 30 down already. Like that one almost looks like it's the shiny, but it's probably not. It'd probably be more obvious. But I'm going to try to pay attention to some of these. Pokemon around me as well. Imagine getting a shiny Dugtrio. That'd be insane. Okay, we're working up to our 30, then we'll make a sandwich. A shiny biz sandwich. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just like chilling with this Pavilion in my party because that was like the last thing I was doing was I was running around EV training some stuff like Tinglu. I was EV training Rotom Wash. Yo, this Rotom Wash is actually a 0 attack IV shiny. One of our mods here, Ada Khalees, she was hunting a mass outbreak and she caught 2, and you know she doesn't play competitive, and I was like. She was asking if I won one of them, and when she was checking the IVs, she told me that one had no attack, and I was like, yo, that's insane. It's like a competitive Rotom. I haven't like had any real reason to use Rotom this like generation yet, but I feel like in Regulation C, Rotom Wash, or like even Rotom Heat, could potentially be a good option on a team with like all the round going around and like Fisher. But I just feel like in general, like Electric is a good typing now with Gyarados on the rise as well. Plus it can get Will-O-Wisp. It has a lot of options, like you can do Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp. You could just run full offensive. You can even like Terra with Terra Blast to have like another offensive special attack like Grass or Fairy or something. I don't know what you would really need coverage wise. Fairy could make sense for some of the dragon types like Roaring Moon and Garchomp. Forcing them to Terra, which then you can hit them with like the Hydro Pump or Thunderbolt. Could be cool. Like this one, okay, so I've knocked 60 out. I usually try to knock a few more out right after I get around the 60 mark. Wait, what the? Are you serious? What just happened? Wait, I wonder if it's gonna... Wait, what? I wonder if that'll mess anything up. Like, if anything, I feel like I have to do the entire outbreak again. Because I started my game, like, right before I did this. So, it should still be there, but I have to actually go do it. Right? I don't know. We'll see. Unless it, like, messes up and, like, somehow, like, resets my outbreaks. This never happened to me in an outbreak. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just have to go knock out 60 again. That was so strange. Like, I straight up had my game off before I started the stream. That's scary. That's scary that that can still happen. Well, now. How about that one? All those random items I picked up on the way? There's no point. Alright. It's like deja vu. You know what would be amazing if, because of that reset, somehow we just managed to find a shiny Carkol before we got to the 60 this time? Because technically these will be unique spawns. That was a little unfortunate, but yeah. Has that happened to anyone watching this? Like, leave a comment below. If you're still playing with the current patch update, and if you have found to have any glitches that just shut up your game like that. Because that's definitely not a memory leak issue there. I mean, it has to be in this area. Like, something about where I was at is stressing out the processing of the game or something. I have no idea. Interesting. I am fascinated by this in general. Right, so let's just move on from that and continue on our outbreak here. The slow kicks is a little annoying. Let's knock it out. Of course that happens right as we got 60 because I got 60, knocked out one more. I usually knock out like 2 to 3 and then I save. It's crazy that I was 1 or 2 knockouts away from just saving, and it did that to me. But to be fair, we've only spent like 5 minutes doing this. It's not like the worst time sink. I'm just shocked, again, that it happened this early in my game. What if the shiny loaded in and then it crashed? That's like what happened. Team Blue leveling up here as well. Okay, let's keep knocking out these. Carkol. Oh yeah, I am going to Portland. Alright, I've knocked out 30 done. In fact, let me save here. So quick. I am going to be going to Portland to compete in the regional event. It will be my first tournament of Regulation C. Hoping to do well. I have been putting in a lot more effort this round in general. Like my last tournament run was 5-4, but I want to do better than that at this tournament. I'm hoping to... I would love to get a day 2 on one of the day, like one of my final tournaments, hopefully. Definitely gonna be doing Fresno in June as well. And I want to pay attention to NAIC. I think I'm gonna try to plan a trip to go out to that as well. I think it's at the end of June. I'll have to verify that. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to just learn from this experience and enjoy it. Network with people. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm like almost tempted to run Pavilion at this Portland tournament. It's like a skill cap Pokemon, like you really need to be a good player to run something like Pavilion, but Friend Guard is just OP. I remember in Regulation B I was running a Parish Song team with Jigglypuff, and one of the main reasons why I picked Jigglypuff over Screamtail was because of Friend Guard. Like obviously Screamtail is faster and has a lot more bulk and whatever. It's like definitely better. But Jigglypuff's Friend Guard is actually like, it was super beneficial on the team. Especially if I can like sit it alongside Gothitelle. Plus I could use Parasong on Jigglypuff too. It was a really spicy team. Honestly, it was like a Regulation A team that I was running in Regulation B with success. But it was extremely spicy. For sure. I definitely have some battles of it up on my BTC channel. Pretty sure the rental code is still up for it as well. It's a cool team. Okay, so we've knocked out 60 now. Let me knock out a couple more. And then I will save. Yeah, like when I look at that, it looked like it was like the shiny, but then when I get closer, its shade got a lot darker. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm trying to see, is there like any other like major difference for the shiny? Let me look. Look at Cerebi. Cerebi is my favorite resource to use. Nope, it's pretty much just like the body's kind of like blue. So I think we should be able to tell. I know I'm like, this is how it is with every shiny hunt that's new. I'll look at Pokemon that, just based on the lighting, kind of look like a different shade, and I'll mistake it until I finally see it for the first time, and I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty clear what it is. Alright, let me get over here and save. I'm thinking rock. I'm thinking rock sandwich would make the most sense here, wouldn't it? Because fire, well, I like the idea of fire primarily because there could be the off chance we spawn in Rowlith. And I feel like if we do rock, that means Neclee will spawn here. Which I don't necessarily care if I get another shiny Neclee. Could be cool to just help fill out a living dex. Let me find the Papa Hefe sandwich guide real quick. I can't remember what rock is off the top of my head. Let me just find that. Okay, I have it right here. Rock is bacon. Okay. Alright, so I saved. I'm gonna make my bacon Herba Mystica sandwich real quick. You know what? I'm gonna do fire, actually. Because I do want a chance at Growlithe, too. Yeah, I know what you mean. It would be a lot better. I still think shiny hunting's really easy in this game. Not like easy. But there's like good ways to shiny hunt in this game. But I do agree, like Arceus is just like top tier. One of the most enjoyable games because you could just like fly around and hear the noise. And then it's like, that's when you're like, oh wait, what? It's one that you would have absolutely missed. I'm sure there's so many shinies that I've missed in this game that like spawned behind me when I was like checking. But like, you know, I didn't turn around. But if there was something like that in this game, imagine how many more shinies people would have in this game. Because that's definitely a thing. Like, you just never see it, so you just never know it happened. But I imagine, just based on the odds, it happens to everyone. Like, there's definitely shinies people have missed. Like, there's some that I've even, like, watched myself catch on stream that, like, popped up on my screen. But I didn't see them right away, and I, like, started running the other direction. But then I, like, decided to go the other way, and then that's when I noticed it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, in posts, like, wow, that's crazy that, like, it seems so obvious, like, rewatching it. Like, wow, I can't believe I didn't notice that thing originally, but it's cool. I mean, obviously, yeah. I'll just say that as much as I still enjoy shiny hunting in this game. I'm trying to work on the living decks, but I do like, I actually want to kind of play Arceus again and try to get more alpha shinies, because that's a really, honestly, that is like one of the funnest Switch Pokemon titles that's come out. It's a good one. I don't even know if funnest is an actual word. It's most fun. Alright, let's see. Guess I'll just do 2 sour. You know, let's do just spicy to theme it with the fire. I do want to try to do some more hunts though in Arceus for sure. Sometime soon. I've heard a rumor that potentially Pokemon Home integration for Scarlet Violet is coming May 14th. I don't know if that's true at all. It's just some random rumor that I heard on the internet. But I mean, as far as I know, it's supposed to come out sometime spring 2023. Whoa. I mean, if we lose one of those, it's not the worst. Should still be okay. I cannot. Yeah, I want to get more alpha Pokemon because you can bring them into this game and they have an alpha mark. And then on top of that, you can get the Humongo mark. Because of their size, they're the biggest size in the game. I wonder if you bring a Pokemon that you catch in Scarlet and Violet, that's, you know, the biggest size if you bring it into Arceus. If it becomes an alpha Pokemon. That'd be kind of sick, actually. It'd be cool, like, maybe Mew, maybe Johto, maybe even something like Kyurem. A lot of people, I like a lot of those fan theories or suggestions. It could even be cool to have a game that's like, about where's Deoxys from? Like we go to the world that Deoxys is actually from. Because I think it's supposed to be from outer space, right? Alright, we got our fire encounter. Should be good now. Bring up my Carkol image, just to remind myself. I hope I don't get another crash like I did earlier. Alright. So far I don't think we have one. I feel like with confidence I could say none of those are it. Alright, let me go run away and despawn them and come back. What would be the coolest iteration of a past game? I mean, it'd be cool to go to the future, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to always be something where it's like we go to the past. Like, imagine... I mean, I guess this game kind of toys with the elements of past and future, but I feel like it's more... I feel like we're going to find out in the DLC that it's like a faux past and future, hence like paradox Pokemon. Like, I feel like we're going to find out that, like... I don't know if it's like necessarily that they're like not real, but they're like created somehow. Like these Pokemon, they're not actually from a... They're either from an alternate timeline, where like that is the reality they're from, where it's not actually like a past and future, but it's more of like a dimension shift. Or they're like just created from someone's imagination. Like that's what I feel like they're gonna reveal about Paradox Pokemon. Like it's not actually like the Suicune that we see Walking Wake is legitimately... Because like it doesn't even make sense in the lore of Pokemon currently. Yeah, I do agree Galar would be sick. Like maybe the Ancient War, that would be a cool game to investigate. I think it'd be cool for Pokemon to try to explore more like an adult-oriented theme for a game. Like, I think that would be pretty sick. Like some type of like ghost game maybe where we explore the lore of different ghost Pokemon, like the darker side of the lore. That'd be interesting. I imagine how well that would sell. Because most of the fan base grew up with the game are like adults. No. You know what I mean? Like they're our age. So that'd be really cool to see something like that. I've been advocating for something like that for a while. I mean, Arceus kind of like was a little more like dark, I guess, in a way. Just the way it approached how Pokemon interact with humans. Like, they weren't just these cute beasts. They legitimately were threats to civilization and such. And, you know, dying was a real risk in that age. But yeah, that'd be interesting. But I think, like, the idea of, like, a futuristic game could be really cool, too. Like, exploring what a world... Maybe even, like, the dimension of where the mecha Pokemon come from. But maybe we will see that world somehow in the DLC. There's so many answers that need to be, you know, relinquished. I honestly, this Pokemon is really cool. Like, I never really ran it, even during Sword and Shield's era, but I've seen people, like, I got crushed by one on the ladder the other day when I was streaming. Yeah, I think it's true, like, maybe. But, like, even, like, the older games were a little bit darker in general. Not, like, darker, but more suggestive, I suppose. Like, for example, the guy, the Weedle guy, it's implied that he's, like, hungover and just, you know, he needs his coffee because he's, like, just been drinking all night. But yeah, I understand. I do agree. In the games, it's a little more subtle, as I guess, too, with, like, where they put it. It's, like, stuff that isn't really... Like, you don't have to, like, read the certain books in the libraries to, like, move forward in the game, for example. Alright, let me, just keep despawning coming back. Just very nervous about this particular Pokemon, because as much as I feel like I'm gonna see it when it actually... Yeah, I feel like I'm being a little too cautious. I think it will stick out more once it spawns in. I could probably just kind of cruise by, then despawn them, and then come back. Yeah. I think it'll be more obvious when I actually see it. I mean, it's like bluish. Yeah, exactly. Like they don't censor it in the Japanese game for sure. Like a lot of stuff gets censored over when it gets like globalized or localized into other countries and such. They even sometimes just get stuff inaccurate. Come on, let's get a Growlithe on accident. I would love that. That's one of my hopes in this hunt is we accidentally find a Growlithe. Like a shiny one, of course. But yeah, this game will give me decent work on my living decks in Pokemon Home. Once I can transfer a lot of my shinies there. All the ones I'm just keeping in my boxes are just going to get moved to home eventually. I've been trying to reorganize my Pokemon Home to be in a living decks order for shinies. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever 100% it, like, let's be real. Some of the Pokemon are definitely going to be harder than others to obtain, unless I, like, you know, if they're not in a Switch game, I'll have to go my way to like hunt them in some other means, in different like DS or whatever. But I'm pretty much using like any means I have, like my Pokemon Go shinies I'm transferring in. I'm counting those as slots where they are. Like I have my shiny Mew, for example, from Go in my current living decks and home. So it is all 100% legitimate shinies. Like I was going through and I was like looking at stuff I even had in the past. I was like, I don't even know if this is like where this came from. So I just transferred some of my stuff. But it feels good to just like kind of like organize in general. It takes a lot of time and effort, honestly. It's like insane how much time it takes to like reorganize. But I've gone up to like Hoenn pretty much. I don't have a lot in these like regions, but I do have some in Go that I can like transfer in over time. It's just that the way Go works, they have transfer energy, so you can only send in like maybe 3 a week potentially, and yeah, it takes time to do that. It's whatever though. I mean, it's free. Like, you can spend coins to make it go faster, but why would I ever do that? Like, I wonder if there's anyone who's ever done that. Legitimately. That'd be interesting. Anyways, so far our game hasn't reset again, that's great. Love to see that. Game's actually working as intended. I'm gonna back up here. I'm gonna try to pay attention. Sometimes shiny can spawn in as you're despawning the other ones. High hopes that a Growlithe will spawn in randomly as we're despawning Carkol. I'm also hoping that this hunt goes relatively fast. Had pretty decent luck with outbreaks in this game. Let's see. Hey Veneer, good to see you. Welcome. Despawn some of these Carkol. Check behind me real quick. Okay, let's go. Right now I have a Carkol outbreak. So I'm working on... Right now I have my sandwich going. I've already knocked out 60. So I'm just kind of like cruising around, seeing if I see the shiny. Hopefully I find a random, like, Growlithe. That's my hopes of this area, just like accidentally finding a Growlithe as well, because I do have a fire sandwich going. I guess I'll pick up some of these items. And the chance I do find a shiny, I will end up saving. And I could use more money after all the money I blew on luxury balls. Trying to catch a low attack. Normal modern pattern pavilion. That's a bad one. For some reason, this almost feels like deja vu. What's the question about Orthworm? See that right now? Mainly just because I might use it in Portland, I might keep that more a secret at the moment. Just because I don't want people to somehow find out what it is. Because it's definitely not the same as... There's like a Dragonite team that someone ran with Orthworm, with Terrifier Orthworm. And it has Citrus Berry, mine's not the same as theirs. But that one's actually a pretty good build. You could just use that one. I think they use 44 in defense, max special defense, impish nature, and then the rest is into HP. That one runs Citrus Berry though, so the spread is meant for Citrus Berry, like the HP investment. Wait, is this the shiny? I don't think it is. It's actually a pretty good spread, honestly. It's meant to just kind of like wreck, like that specific spread is meant to just live and be able to go off one Shed Tail turn one, or it's built to kind of deal with like stuff like Fluttermane in the lead. Which typically if you don't have Heavy Slam on it... Oh wait, no, it's a little bit different. Excuse me. I forgot, no, it's HP spread, I mean, it's actually different. I think its defense is not 44, it's actually 36, and it has 4 in attack, and then 4 in speed also. Like that, for that Orthworm. That way it wins the speed tie, and I don't know why it has. I think it has the 1 in attack for Fluttermane that have some defense investment into it. It's not a shiny, no. This is a regular one. I caught it with 1 attack IV though, that I'm gonna use for VGC. I was saying how it took me forever just to like randomly catch a low IV, because you can't breed patterns in this game, and I just wanted to have like a unique looking pavilion instead of using, you know, I could have just bred like the Scatterbug with 0 attack IVs with Ditto easily. I got a pavilion with fancy pattern, 0 attack. But I thought I could just catch one in the wild, luckily, because when I hunted for Paradox Pokemon, I honestly didn't spend more than like... Oh wait, is that shiny? Oh yeah, that's whatever that thing is called. I don't know what it's called. That's a shiny for sure. No, that's sick. So that's not even a part of the outbreak. We got the baby. Is it like Roly-Poly or something like that? Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Yo, this is sick. I'm just gonna try to throw a great ball at it. I don't know what it has. Maybe I should have brought Golduck in case it has like Explosion or Self-Destruct. Like I wasn't sure if it has like a recoil move, that's why I didn't want to use False Swipe yet. Alright, sick. Well, that's good. We got a Roly-Poly, which is new. I do not have any of the Pokemon from this line. I will take that. Yeah, but Orthworm's pretty cool in general. I think the Dash Bun's pretty sick. Like, during the Global Challenge, the Dash Bun team was probably the one team I struggled with the most. I didn't lose once to the opposing Orthworm team. Like the one with the Dragonite and the one that like pretty much did good in the tournament. I forgot which one. You know what I'm talking about. I had like Chien-Pao or whatever on it. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see if it has a mark on it. But I don't know if I'll run Orthworm, honestly, at Portland. I like it a lot, but I also like Dash Bun. And I've been like looking at it more and I'm like, Dash Bun's like... It doesn't... It like walls a lot of the current meta, honestly. And if they don't take it serious, it straight up becomes like a threat that they can't remove. It's pretty insane, honestly. Like, I feel like the problem with Orthworm... Like, it actually can remove Fluttermane relatively easily. It can force it to Terra, even. But the thing is, like, most people can just... Like, if you're not running Protect, for example, most people can just double into Orthworm, and it can do enough to, like... I mean, technically, you should be able to live the Onslaught, but it kind of forces you to Terra. Like, they're probably going to throw Shadow Ball for sure into your slot with Fluttermane, and then go for, like, maybe even, like, a Dark Pulse with Chi-Yu in that scenario. Alright, let me just check that out quick. I can't tell. Yeah, I feel like it'll be easy to see Carkol. Seeing really Coley was relatively obvious. It stuck out like a sore thumb. So I think we can be a little more hastily about how we spawn these in and check them. Overall, I think something that, regardless of like what I end up doing, one thing to just like acknowledge, like a current trend that's happening in VGC right now. They call it the Pala Balance core. Pala Balance is pretty much like dominating Regulation C. And if you don't know how to deal with it well, it will be a pretty big issue for someone to deal with. Do you know, like, the shade of these Pokemon change when you get close to them? It's weird. I think it's pretty solid, honestly. I mean, I don't think my teams particularly struggle with them because I always build them with that specific core in mind. But yeah, it's actually like rampant. Like, most people will run Fluttermane. So it's like pretty much like you could build a team with... If you don't know what Pala Balance is, let me explain it to you. So generally, like when you build a team, you want to build something that... Like, you want to have some type of core that has, like, coverage for each other. Where you can kind of, like, have, like, some type of defensive core. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 3 Pokemon that typically cover all each other's weaknesses. And a very classic one in Pokemon is the Fire, Water, Grass combo. And Pala Balance consists of Palafin, Arcanine, and Amoonguss, which are all very good Pokemon currently in the format. They've always been... I mean, Palafin's new, of course, but ever since Wolfglake won with that Perish Song team, people have been, like, finally realizing how strong Palafin is, and it's been, like, almost, like, it's, like, everywhere now, pretty much. And to think that it's a Pokemon that does so well just by running, like, straight mono water attacking moves is insane to think about. Like, that's how strong this Pokemon is. I think it's 160 base attack, like, it's insane. But anyways... Yeah, like, Amoonguss is just top tier pick. It's, like, super good. It's a good redirector. Spore's probably, like, the best move in VGC ever created. And then Arcanine's just great all around because Fire's pretty decent as, like, an offensive and defensive presence in the meta. And then having access to Intimidate, Will-O-Wisp, I mean, it has a lot of utility. Plus, you can just even build it to be more offensive as well with, like, Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed. Some people use like Terra Normal Extreme Speed to optimize the damage output. But yeah, it gets Snarl as well. You know, it just has a lot of good utility. So a lot of people just run this 3 Pokemon together and they all work synergize great because like you want to be switching out a lot with like Amoonguss because you have Regenerator as your ability. Palafin, you need to switch it out at least once to be able to get the hero form. Arcanine has Intimidate, so there's value in switching in and out just to get Intimidate off on your opponent. You know what I mean? It's like, they're just perfect synergy. Aside just like the typings they possess that cover each other's weaknesses, they're just built in a way where you want to be switching them out frequently in a match. So they have great synergy in that regard, and it's like everywhere. And then everyone just slaps on Fluttermane because Fluttermane's the best special attacker currently in the game. And, you know, it just hits hard as with Ghost and Fairy coverage. Plus, like, people can run Thunderbolt, Fire. Like, there's a lot of different... I think you can even go for, like, Power Gem. I think I've seen some people run... Like, there are coverage moves you can run on it. And it hits really hard, especially if you're running the Choice Specs variant. So those 4 Pokemon already build, like, a straight-up solid team that you could run. But then you just pick 2 other Pokemon that, like, help fill out that core. And I think, like, even in some of the tournaments we've seen people run, like, you know, Excalibur. I'm trying to think, like, what people filled out on the slots. Like, some type of Paradox Pokemon, like Qianpao, Dragonite, maybe. It's, like, interesting. That, like, I don't think it's even necessarily a bad thing that that's the case. Like, it's, like, a very dominating core, but I don't think it's, like, particularly a core that's impossible to deal with. I have seen some interesting adaptations of the core, though, when I was playing the Global Challenge. I definitely played some really high-ranked players, because I like, saw videos analyzing some teams, like, after the fact, and I was like, yo, I definitely played this team. Because there was, like, one with Dreadnought and Rain that I faced that I was like, damn, this is, like, insanely good. And there was, like, a Screamtail team with Arcanine that had How. It was, like, How, Screamtail, and Terraflying Arcanine with Palafin, and it was, like, really scary. Because I think it was How Arcanine also, and they were just, like, trying to use How on the Palafin. It was crazy, like, honestly. I think Screamtail is relatively good, too, competitively. Aside it being just, like, some type of Parasong Pokemon. Like, I legitimately feel like you could run it as just, like... I've seen people using it as a Cow setup, and I think that's smart. Because it is, like, a Pokemon that you might ignore, which in turn could be detrimental to you in the long run. Or it's one that you might end up double targeting and you realize you can't remove it right away. And then the other Pokemon's left free to kind of do something, while the Screamtail will more than likely still be able to do a thing as well. Really cool. I've been playing with on Showdown. I saw a video. I forget who I was watching, but they were running a team. I think it might have been Pokesports. They were running a team of Pavilion and Tingaloo, and honestly, it's a pretty good synergy because the Tingaloo was I think it was Terra Fire with Clear Amulet. No, it was a Choice Band. Excuse me. It was a Choice Band Terra Ground Tingaloo with Pavilion, and the idea is you run like Pavilion is, you know, one of those Pokemon that it's good primarily just because it has some interesting utility, and if you can predict with the Protect game, it's honestly pretty good just being on the field next to a partner because it has Friend Guard, and it does get access to Pollen Puff, and it's faster than a lot of Pokemon too, so you can actually heal up your partner Pokemon relatively fast against some of the matchups in the meta. So it's a tough Pokemon to use, but I've used it a decent amount of time on Showdown, and I was surprised how freaking good it was. I actually was like undefeated with a team I built running Pavilion with Tingaloo. Like, I haven't really used any of the Ruin Pokemon. I find them to be very clunky, and I don't really like. I'm not a very hyper offensive type of player. Like I don't know, I just don't really like the playstyle particularly. I find it, like, very unforgiving if I don't play, like, perfect in a, like, very aggressive, like, playstyle. Like, I like more forgiving teams that, like, you know, have potential to just be for the long run or whatever. Anyways, my point being is, I was, like, very surprised, even though, like, Pavilion's no Amogus, you know? It's not like gonna be sitting there just taking hits for days. I was blown away how good it is when you know how to, like, protect and just use it properly. Because just adding that, it adds a 25% bulk to your partner Pokemon. And if you're thinking, like, Tingaloo comes in and just weakens the special attack of 2 Pokemon, and then it's like, I'm just healing the potential, like, I'm giving more, like, defensive presence to the Tingaloo. And on top of it, it's like Tingaloo can actually still hit hard. And you can heal up the Tingaloo with Pollen Puff. And you can redirect with Rage Powder and its Focus Sash. So it's a very interesting set. Like, believe it or not, like, out of all the times I've like played with Pavilion, there's been many times it stayed on the field for the entire battle. Like, for some reason. Like, between having Protect and the Focus Sash, it's like they have to like double into the Pavilion to remove it, or get like some type of hazards, or like sand, or some type of burn. You know what I mean? Poison. But I actually run Safeguard on Pavilion too. So, for example, if there's like a Glamora lead, I can go Safeguard, and it can't Mortal Spin me. I can't be burned. I can't be sleeped. And it does it for the entire team. It's actually a very interesting support set. Like, I'm not even running a Tailwind Pavilion. Like, I'm running Safeguard. And I took away I'm running, for my particular Tingaloo that I'm pairing with the Pavilion, I was using Terra Poison, because I feel like you really want to, like, optimize the defensive Terra. Because in the long run, I feel like you'll get off more damage having a defensive Terra, because I can heal up with Pollen Puff. And it's like, it forces them, like, do they have to remove Tingaloo or Pavilion? And if they go into the Pavilion and use Protect, then it's like they waste a turn, and then Tingaloo gets free damage off. But if they double into if they double into Tingaloo, and then they don't kill it and they just Pollen Puff it up, you know what I'm saying? It's like very interesting, actually. And if they spread the damage, then it's like they don't knock out Pavilion then. Anyways, it's just like fun. I don't know if I'd actually run it in a tournament, but on the ladder, it works pretty good because they have no idea what like the moveset is. So they might be thinking I might be trying to go for like a Sleep Powder with Pavilion, but I'm not even running Sleep Powder on it at all. I'm primarily running it for Friend Guard on the team I built with it. Like, that's all. Like, I think Friend Guard is that good of ability that, like, that's why Pavilion is good. Like, I still had, like, its actual moveset, too, that it can get usage to, and it has pretty good speed. Like, it's definitely made it to day 2 already in Scarlet and Violet multiple times. Like, I've seen it, like, being used by people, and I think it really is a matter of, like, how good the player is that's, like, running it. Because even Pollen Puff offensively can, like, one-shot certain things. Like, say they Terra Grass on Ceruledge or Armarouge or whatever. Like, you can legitimately go for a Pollen Puff offensively and remove the Pokemon. Because, like, you have good special attack, too, as Pavilion. You know what I mean? Like, you only run Pollen Puff as... That's the only move I'm running. But it's like, you can actually kill things. And some people might not even expect it. Like, they might Terra Grass, like, you know, defensively, and I just wreck them. But anyways, it's fun. But yeah, Portland's coming up. Yeah, it's like, what is it, next weekend? I think actually. Portland is next weekend. Wow, that's crazy. Time flies. I'm definitely going to be bringing somewhat of a spicy team to Portland, but it's going to be one that is deemed in my eyes somewhat consistent. Like, I feel like I have a good idea of what some of the teams are going to be at the format, but I also don't want to, like, roll out the fact that there's going to be really spicy stuff as well. Like, let's be real. I have like a minute 50 left on the sandwich. So far I haven't found the Carkol, but I did find a really cool shiny, which I feel like... I almost feel like that should qualify as our shiny here. I think I'm still going to try to catch the Carkol. If I don't get one on the next half hour though, then I'll probably move on from it. But I'm hoping also I can just randomly spawn in a Rowlet. That would be sick. Right. Hey Adam, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yo, are you by chance home, Ada? Would you be able to give me a fire boost? Oh yeah. Definitely, you got that EV hunger? Or what's the EV hunger? Honestly, we could just do it right now. Like, I only have like a minute left on my sandwich. Yeah, that'd be sick, honestly. Honestly, like on the global challenge, the teams that were harder for me to deal with were the ones that were more creative. The ones that weren't typical to, like, they were definitely running good Pokemon still, but like there was like at least two Pokemon in each of the teams that were just like very uncommon to see. So it was like kind of hard to understand exactly what was going on. I think that was like really cool to see, personally. I sound like I'm using the webcam link? Let me look real quick. Huh. Is this better? Testing. I wonder why it sounds like I'm so far away. Does that work better? Yeah, something weird must have happened with my mic recently, because I'm still, yeah, like when I look at this, it says that my mic is the correct source. Maybe there's like a test. I wonder what happened, like, it got weird recently. Testing, is that better? I'll listen to it later to see what it sounds like. Yeah, I'm sorry. Test, is that better? It sounds the same. That's crazy. Here, I'm ready to do the sandwich. Huh. I'm trying to think like what it could be. Why does it sound like I'm far away? Sounds good to me. Alright, let me go online real quick. Trying to see what could possibly be wrong with my mic. Is that better? Testing. Alright, Alfie. Take care, bud. Thank you for swinging by the stream today for a bit. I really wonder why. I guess I'll just have to listen to it later. Test. But you can hear me, right? Is it like just my mic is low, or is it like everything? Is it really low in comparison to the background music? Does the stream just have like a lower volume potentially? Is that what it seems like? Does it sound good when I talk right here? Or is it like... It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Hey Chimchar, good to see you. Fascinating. Did it just change from like I don't know, I feel like I can almost hear it. Like, why is it different? What could possibly be different? I don't know. To be honest, I have no clue. I'm fascinated by this, but like a part of me hold on real quick. I don't know, maybe there was like an update with OBS. Anyways, we'll just focus on getting these shinies for now. If you can hear me, it's probably fine. Wait a second. It does seem different. Let me try something. Testing. Test. Hello, test. Is this better? Hey, Kool-Aid. Good to see you. How's that? Does that sound better? Testing. You're playing some Legends Arceus, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Does that sound more like how it used to sound? Maybe? Who knows? Do I know? Give me that basil, baby. Grind that basil up. What shall you name your Terraria character? How about Kool-Aid? I think that would be good. Maybe even use 4 O's. No, 4 zeros instead of 2 O's. That would be a name. Oh yeah! Very nice, Jimtro. Good luck on finishing your deck. Alright, thank you very much, Atticalise. What's over here? Does the mic sound the same? Does it sound better now? Does it sound like how you remember me? I sound distant. I'm sorry, yo, like I don't write anymore, maybe, you know, like things change. Our feelings, we move in different directions. I don't know what to say, you know. I'll try harder. I'll work harder on this. Alright. You can count on me, just don't leave. Just don't leave. We can work through this together. One day at a time. Maybe my mic is tired. Maybe it died. Maybe my mic is dead. Maybe the filters are off somehow. Oh, they're on. Doesn't seem as crisp as I remember. Maybe I have it facing the wrong direction. That'd be kind of funny to realize. Test. Wait, actually, did I have it in the wrong direction? The entire time? It probably flipped at some point. Okay, well, I guess the technical issue was called gravity. It's amazing how things can just change over time. Well, there you go. That should be a huge difference. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That's what happened. Okay, well, problem solved. Don't rack my brain on what was happening here. Sorry about that also. Guess you were getting a nice ASMR of my like I was like, it's like, you know, if I was playing the game behind you, but you could see everything clearly. Like I was just standing behind you. I'm walking here. I'm shiny checking here, mate. Get the bloody hell out of my way. There's not a lot of time for my Carkol shiny mother block. You bloke. Well, it's funny because it makes sense why it's all messed up. When I was streaming in the Discord or whatever yesterday, I didn't have it set up normally how like it's positioned here. And I guess like in that situation, it must have flipped. And I just never like noticed until someone who knew when they came in like this, something's wrong. It's just not the same. We can fix it. Oh my gosh. There's a shiny. Nice. Yo, Ad, thank you. Beautiful. We love to see it. Let's catch it in a great ball. I'm not even gonna false swipe it. Oh! That was like a very fast shiny. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna just run around and see if I can find a Growlithe. Because I'm pretty sure Growlithe do spawn. See if this has a mark on it. So we got a really Coley and Carkol. That's sick. Okay. No mark, it's fine. Let's save. Yeah, it's pretty clear to see. I had no problems spotting that once it spawned in. Alright, now I'm gonna just cruise around this desert in the hopes of finding a shiny Growlithe. That would be so amazing if I found one. Let us roam for the next 25 minutes. Yeah, that's fast. Growlithe. Really want a shiny Growlithe. So I can run Palabalance and Portland. Nah, I'm probably not going to run it. But it is really good. Like, you have to know how to play against it good. And a good player running a team like that will be able to navigate behind it super good. Like, that team is just good all around. Like, that general core. Palabalance, baby. Alright, let's keep going. Bum 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 bum. Growlithe, where are you? Where are the Growlithe? Where did you go? You were late to the show. I didn't find a shiny one of it, but I did just catch one in the wild that had modern pattern for competitive. So yeah, in theory I got it, but it just wasn't a shiny. It took me a lot of money and time just to even get the regular form with good IVs, because you can't breed. You cannot breed the patterns in this game. So if you want a competitive Avilion with no attack, you have to catch it in the wild. And I think you even have to catch it as a Scatterbug. That's what I did. Because I don't know if it can learn Protect. Like, it's a pre-evolutionary move, it says, only. That only Spuda learns Protect. So I don't know if you catch a Avilion in the wild, if you can even use it competitively if you need Protect on it. I think you need to actually catch it, at least as a Spuda or Scatterbug. Wait, did I call it Wurmple earlier? I might have accidentally called it Wurmple. I meant to say Scatterbug, but I didn't. Alright, I don't really need to go as far as the back track and look at this outbreak. I don't know where the best place to hunt for Growlithe is. I feel like this probably is, like, one of the better areas, even though it doesn't seem to... Like, I was gonna try to force spawn an outbreak in this area of Growlithe. I haven't ever tried... There's like some technique that if you use an encounter 2 sandwich apparently and go to an area, you have a good chance of spawning an outbreak of that type near the area you're currently standing in. So if I have an encounter 2 fire sandwich going and I keep day skipping, in theory I should be able to get a Growlithe outbreak eventually here. But I almost wonder if this is just as good, just like going around, because we are still seeing them spawn in. Like, it's not super fast, but it's definitely... It's not horrible, I guess. Getting a lot of roly-poly and Carkol over here. Okay. I feel like this is probably the safest speed to go at. But yeah, thanks for coming to the stream today. Hope everyone's doing well. It's just another day of shiny hunting. We've gotten roly-poly and Carkol so far on today's stream. Right now I'm using the rest of my fire sandwich in hopes of spawning in a Growlithe. I would day skip now, but my main reason for not doing it is because I technically have a... I can't remember what Electros's middle form is called, but I kind of wanted to hunt that Pokemon. I've been wanting to get a shiny of that, of Electros, for a while. And I have an outbreak currently that I could do next. So I am leaning towards just doing that. But I will admit there's definitely a part of me that wants to spawn in Growlithe. Very nice. What shinies have you caught? Any alpha Pokemon, Chimchar? Alright. Yo, really? That's sick. Thanks again for tuning in today. Apparently my mic was flipped for a decent amount of the stream so far. I apologize about that. We are going to have an Inteleon raid live this weekend. I will have a raid guide out on my Daily Sassifrass YouTube channel. I don't know, it seems interesting. I mean, I feel like there's a few different things that could probably just work successfully. I was looking at even just like Paldean Tauros, the water one. I guess the main problem would be Inteleon can get Air Slash. And if it has Sniper, Air Slash will crit even harder than it normally does. But its attack is, I mean, I don't know. Iron Hand is probably solid. I was looking at Copper Jaw too. You got a Stanler? Is it Alpha Stanler? Yeah, that's sick. That's a sick shiny to get. Are you gonna evolve it into the Weird Deer? That's super cool. That's cool. Very, very nice. That's gonna be a sick shiny to have. The only alpha I've caught in Arceus myself is Heracross, which I was very happy about because I love Heracross. But I do want to try to get more alpha shinies. Yeah, right now I'm just checking on Growlithe primarily. We got our Carkol and Roly-Coly shiny. We're just looking for a gold Growlithe. I would love to get one. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It'll go into Scarlet and Violet. That's awesome. I'm probably gonna bring my Heracross as well into Scarlet and Violet to give it some different, unique like badges and stuff, and you can get the Jumbo mark or Humongo mark, whatever it's called. All right, still trying my luck here with Growlithe. Come on, Growly. I'm just gonna head back. Just keeping an eye on all these other spawns. That's amazing. See, I applaud you, like, on the luck. That's a great shiny. I haven't had any full odds like shiny alphas in that game, which I wish I did. Anyone who just stumbled upon a shiny alpha, you're just lucky. I had to go out of my way to hunt the Heracross, which took some time for sure. But I'm very happy about the hunt regardless. I mean, I would put in effort again if I had to. You got 2 shiny Onyx. Are they alpha or just regular Onyx? Regardless, very cool. That's a cool shiny to get. I'm really hoping we just get lucky with a Growlithe. They are spawning in. Maybe this field is like a decent area to just kind of like... There's a lot of Roly-Coly and Carkol though. Which we don't need anymore, but... Too big. Oh, that's still cool. So is Stanley the only alpha that you've got so far? Alright. Wait, do you have the... Is it Hisuian Growlithe? Because that's sick. Yeah, wait, I think it would have to be Hisuian, right? Unless you caught it in... Can you catch... I don't even remember if you can catch the regular one in the time warp things. Like, maybe you can. Yo, that's sick. Getting Hisuian. I want to hunt the Hisuian Growlithe. That's one I don't have yet that I would like to have for Scarlet and Violet. That would be sick to get an alpha of one of those Hisuian Pokemon. Oh, I guess there's a chance I could find a Torkoal on accident. I mean, the spawn rate's not great for it, but... Wait, maybe this is the area I would hunt it in. How much time do I got left? We have 14 minutes. It's a sassy nature. Oh, so that means you're gonna give it to me. No, I'm just joking. Anyways. Oh my gosh, for a second the reflection on its face I thought it was like blue eyebrows. I was like, no way. Oh. If I found a shiny Charcadet, I would definitely evolve it into Cerulean Edge. Since I could just use it as... Unless it had like, by chance, like 0 or low attack IV. I would just use it as a shiny Cerulean Edge. Because then I could... Cerulean Edge is actually kind of interesting in the Regulation C format. It's definitely a good team pick. It has Flash Fire, which you can kind of bring it on Torkoal, Chi-Yu teams. You can bulk up. You can even give it something like Clear Amulet, so you can just bulk up and then they can't reduce your attack. It has Bitter Blade, which is a pretty good signature move. It's honestly like pretty cool as a Pokemon in the format right now. Like it could become very scary with bulk up if you don't have a haze user. There definitely are. There definitely are indeed. Come on, Growlithe. Please just spawn. You know you want to just spawn, Growlithe. You know you wanna spawn. Wait a second. Yo! Ask and you shall receive. Nice. Perfect. Alright, what ball should I catch this in? I'll catch it in a quick ball. If it doesn't catch it with this, then I'll use a different ball. Alright, we caught it. I just feel like the quick ball is kind of cool for this shiny. I could have gone for something different, but I think I already have a shiny Arcanine in an Ultra Ball in my Sword and Shield game. Yeah, yo, this is sick. That's what I was looking for this entire time. Well, not the entire time, but it was definitely one I was looking for. Nice. It's definitely going to become like a BGC Arcanine at some point. So like, it stinks I have to build multiple Arcanine, but to be fair, EV spreads are unique. Like, I'm not going to be running the same EV spread. But I guess, like, to be fair, I would have just reset the EVs on my previous Arcanine from the other game. But yeah, I mainly wanted to catch a shiny Growlithe so I can build one for... Like, I already have Arcanine built for VGC, but there's a lot of different ways you can run Arcanine, honestly. Like I was saying this a little bit earlier when my mic was flipped. You can definitely run Arcanine as like more of a support Pokemon. You can even run it as an attacker. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, I got like 10 more minutes left on my fire. I guess I could try my luck. Here, let me check some of the Torkoal over here real quick. I remember some Torkoal were spawning. There is a place that primarily spawns Charcadet. I could go there. Oops. No. Oops. I could go over there and see if I can get one with like the 10 minutes left I have. Like, I'm not going to try to stay there and hunt it. I'll just spend the rest of the sandwich there. And then if I don't find it, then I'll probably go to the Electros outbreak or whatever it's called. Whatever its middle evolution name is. That's a Pokemon I was looking at too for Regulation C. I feel like it's it has no weaknesses, okay? It's like a very interesting Pokemon. Like, it also gets access to Body Press, which I feel like is a very good move right now in the meta. Like, some people run Double Ghost purely because, you know, it's like great defensive coverage currently. Also because of like potential Perish Trap. I really haven't seen much of Perish. I will admit, like, I feel like Gothitelle kind of fell off a bit in Regulation C. I've still faced it occasionally, but I've never really been in a position where I felt like too threatened by it. I'm just randomly checking some Torkoal. Figured, like, why not, you know, because there's Charcadet here. We could potentially get lucky with that shiny. Torkoal we would recognize. Relatively clear if we see a shiny. 6 more than you were done with Samurai? What do you mean 6 more? 6 more... Like, are you trying to get the 100% of the dex? You're working on the shiny charm, right? See, like, I can't tell. Like, I don't think that's a shiny, but... Interesting enough, like, this part of the desert seems to mainly spawn Torkoal. Yeah, you're doing the tasks. Makes sense. To be honest, though, Torkoal would be one that would be better to breed. Just because I'd want 0 attack IVs if I was going to even use it in a competitive format. But just like catching it as a dex entry, I mean, like, granted, this is like low stakes. We're not really concerned as much if we catch it, since we already got what we were looking for. It's just like, there is still the odds of getting a low attack one in the wild. I mean, certain EV spreads, certain IV spreads aren't going to matter that much. I mean, I'd arguably say Foul Play is always going to be a good move in VGC, but Torkoal doesn't necessarily, it's not particularly weak to Dark. So you probably could even get away running like 5 attack IVs on it, or even 31 attack IV, honestly. It's very situational where I feel like the impact of it running attack IVs would matter, but it's generally just to like optimize your like livability. Because obviously through the actual progression of a battle, you are going to be chipped away damage-wise, and there might be a scenario where that does make a difference. It might be a very slim scenario that it happens, but you know, if I'm going to spend time EV training and such, I might as well like optimize my Pokemon stats as best as I can. Like, it's hard for me to just want to use a shiny over good stats. Like, I'll pick good stats over a shiny for sure. But physical attackers, it doesn't matter. So like the Growlithe, unless I was gonna run it as a special attacking Arcanine. I mean, it did say it had decent attack. I could check it and then look, and if it was like a low attack, I could consider like, oh, well maybe I will run this as like Flash Fire with special attack. But yeah, chances are I'm not doing that. But that is actually like not an unviable option for the meta. Right. I guess I did end up just staying here checking on Torkoal. Got like 5 minutes left. I think it's fine. I mean, Torkoal's cool Pokemon. I mean, it's actually really good. A lot of people are running it currently in the format. Like any Pokemon that's like good, but like you can run it different ways, I like it. I mean, even Fluttermane, I don't really dislike it as a... It's really high usage, but I don't particularly dislike Fluttermane. It's annoying, but it's also like if you build your team knowing that you're gonna probably 99.9% of the time be facing a team that has a Fluttermane on it, then you already have like a good place to build a team. Like you just bring like at least two like checks to Fluttermane. You just don't, you know what I mean? Just have ways just to deal with it. Some type of steel move, you know, some type of like fast hitting physical move that they just can't really take physical damage overall. It only has like, what is it, like 60 base HP and defense, I think. So overall, like, as long as you like hit it on the offense, like the physical offense side, you should be able to, for the most part, deal with Fluttermane. But yeah, it's definitely a Pokemon that will absolutely probably be like almost on every team you face. In a tournament, I feel like most people run. It's like important to try to run good Pokemon. The main reason why, like, something that I've been adapting a bit more to in my playstyle as I've like gotten further in my grind through Scarlet Violet, I've been trying to, like, I typically am someone that loves a run gimmick and just like try to run unexpected Pokemon, but like play them in a way that it's very niche, but it can work. But the reality is, like, you can't, even if I take into account like most meta and like, you know, Palo Balance or like Dondozo, like whatever. The thing is, you're still gonna run into teams that are spicy like you. And if you don't, if like say you run into a Belly Bolt, like if you have no answer for a Belly Bolt because you've spent so much time trying to anti-meta something that's like common, then yeah, that's gonna beat you. And you're gonna be kind of just caught fighting other trainers that are kind of like in the same thought process as you. Like you're all like building teams for the Boogeyman team, but you end up just never even facing that team because you never end up surpassing against just other spice or other teams that are not that. That makes sense. So the reason why it's like better to opt out and run, you know, just overall better stat Pokemon like Iron Hands, like, you know, Dragonite is good. It has good stats, has good abilities. It's like, it's just good to run these Pokemon even if they are a lot of times very predictable because of the fact that their stats just overall are better. And even if like you run into things you're not expected, because these Pokemon just typically are just good, like Palafin, Amoonguss. Like the Palafin core, Palic balance is definitely like super good, even if you are prepped for it, is what I'm trying to get at. Like regardless of how much you prep for something like that, if someone has been playing it for the whole season and they're very much like adapted to the playstyle, like it's already proven to be good. I'm just saying that like it's still like, even if you bring like anti-Palafin core, you still have to be on your toes when you play against teams like that. So at the end of the day, it's like you can't overcome like arguably it's like super predictable, right? To play against some of these teams, absolutely. But in the same breath, it's also like deviant. Like it's a kind of like a trick because they're good teams for a reason. You know what I mean? Like Like, you could still, like, not run those teams and do well. But, like, that's what I'm trying to say is, like, at that point, it's just, like, a matter of, like, how does the preferred battler like to, like, play the game? Are you someone that loves stalling out? Are you someone that likes meticulously trying to set up things and, like, playing the prediction game? Do you like coin flip matches? Do you like to rely primarily on RNG? Which I do feel like a lot of gimmicks tend to, like, almost fall into at times, is that, like, you have the ideal scenario, but when you realize that, like, the minute your opponent sees what you're trying to do, they can kind of adjust and, like, adapt and play around it. Like, I feel like it's super hard. Like, on ladder, absolutely. Run the spiciest things you can think of. You more than likely will find success on the ladder running something super spicy. But in tournament play, it's like, you kind of just have to, like, make a good meta call. Like, you have to kind of, like, dash bun is a good call, but it also isn't, like, it's like a tough pick. Like, I think it takes a really good player to run something like dash bun, for example. But it's, like, actually kind of a unique and interesting meta call currently if you brought it to a tournament. Like, if you brought a Lava Plume user with dash bun, I wouldn't be surprised if it did well. Like, Bronzong, for example, as a Trick Room setter, I wouldn't be surprised, particularly if something like that did well in a tournament, because a lot of these things are still underexplored. Because people are kind of afraid to get too much out of, like, what they've already seen working. Like, I still feel like we're still early in Regulation C, and I think, surprisingly, it's my favorite format so far in the game. Even though I thought it would be the most centralizing, it almost is beneficial that there's, like, some clear-cut meta to a degree. Which I don't necessarily think should be written in stone that these are officially, like, the, you know, if that makes, like, these aren't, like, there's still room for creativity in Regulation C is all I'm trying to get at. It's whatever, you don't really have to. I might want to try to get one with my OT on it. To be honest, I might, like, try to hunt, like, an alpha Growlithe Histamine at some point. I appreciate the offer, though. Alright, by any chance are you there, Ada? I'm gonna go start knocking out some of this outbreak. Are you down to give me an electric boost in, like, a few moments? Like, I might knock out some of these first, but at the same time I'm like, maybe I should just have one going the entire time. Because there is a chance I could just find the shiny early on. Electric, that's what it's called. Electric. Yeah, maybe in, like, a few moments. I'll just knock out some real quick. I think this one is more, like, desaturated. Let me bring it up real quick. Is it I don't think it's Electrike, because that's the name of another Pokemon, isn't it? Electric. Okay, it's, like, more like neon colors. It's actually a really cool shiny. Oh, Gyarados, wow. Oh no. Electric. Wait, am I saying that entirely wrong? Oh, Electric. I was saying that entirely wrong. Yeah, some of the Pokemon names do tend to blend, but yeah, I was just reading it entirely wrong. It's like I refuse to look at the letters. Alright, I need to get some more water here in a second. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably knock out some of these, go get some more water. And then if you want to give me a boost, that'd be sick. Because I want to get a competitive one of these, because I want to test it. Like, it's an interesting Pokemon, because it's one of the... I think it's the only Pokemon that has the 0 weaknesses. Because it has levitate, it's electric. I almost wonder if the middle form could be used as an Evilite user. Like, that's one of the things that I'm, like, curious about. Like, I haven't really tested it out myself. Wow. But yeah, I really appreciate people tuning into the stream today. I hope everyone's having a great week. I know I haven't been streaming much on my Daily Sassifrass channel, but I feel like the streams there are just going to be more sporadic in general, but I will be very consistent about getting raid guides out for the new raids. I always try to find some interesting way to approach the raids to solo them. So we'll see what I end up coming up with for Inteleon, which I am actually really excited about. I never bred a shiny Sobble in Sword and Shield. I am tempted on breeding for shiny Sobble. I don't know if I want to do it in Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield though. But I'm actually pretty excited about that, I will admit. Yeah, I'm thinking Annihilate would probably be pretty decent. I bet Annihilate will just be solid. Gengar did have Levitate at one point, if I remember correctly, but they removed it. Like, I think it was a long time ago. I can't remember what gen. But it did, yeah, I'm pretty sure it had Levitate in an old gen, but they got rid of it because it was just like too OP. Iron Hands probably could work. I think trying to use something that already was good would make sense. I honestly was even thinking of using my Dreadnought. Because I was like, I bet you the Dreadnought build would be enough to just wreck it. Wow, this couldn't even one-shot that. I mean, I guess I was using a Psybeam. Oh my gosh, I was about to say, don't para me. It is a 30% chance. Alright. Thanks again for tuning in today. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, this shiny would be cool. Whoa. I'm gonna knock out a few more, then I'm gonna get some water out of, and then I'm down for the sandwich boost. But yeah, I definitely am excited about Portland. Very excited to see how this tournament could possibly go. This is a cool Pokemon. It's very unique. An eel that is electric that floats, like levitates in the air. It's pretty cool. This is happening rather fast too. Okay, I got 60 knocked out, looks like. Alright, I'm just gonna go get some water. Let me knock out a couple more. Let me get some water here, and then we'll continue on. But thanks again for joining me on our adventure. It's just faster to use the Let's Go feature. Okay. And just save. I'm gonna head up on the mountainside. Actually, I guess I don't really need to do that. I can just do the Union Room from here, right? Alright, let me go grab some water. Really appreciate you. One second, let me put my Grim back. BRB. Yeah, exactly. Alright, I'll be right back, chat. I'm back. Alright, I'm ready. Do you want me to bring cheese then? Thank you for your patience. So electric. I'll bring cheese, right? Bring the cheese. Yeah, again, sorry about the mic being flipped earlier. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. I don't know how that... I think I know how it happened, but I just didn't even realize. Why 7 B5? All right. I can just hear the paralyzed. Maybe I should heal up my Pavilion. That would be the nice thing to do as a trainer, right? I think so. I'm actually real excited for this shiny. So we've gotten 3 shinies today already. It's pretty good odds for about an hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna heal up in your Poké Center. Where should we go? We got the squad. Yo, this is that Rotom that... Remember that Rotom you gave me, Ada? That shiny one? That's what the one on my team is right now. It's a Rotom wash. There's a fun team I was messing around with. I think I see you over on this side. Westgate. Alright, cool. Let's head over there and I'll get that Sammy. Meet me in the alleyway. For that Sammy. I'll do anything for Sammy. Here we go. Someone else is using it. Well. I would like to join. Alright, so you wanted to bring some cheese. There it is. Oh, shikawawa. Gotta do like some like scat. Is that what they call it? Yeah. I feel scared that if I try to do something, I might drop like something. It's like not like some. I mean, I don't know. It's just gonna be like a bunch of random noises that somehow make a word that offends someone. I'm afraid, but I'm just afraid of the like the percussive noises or anything that might come out of this mouth if I don't control it. It just makes it sound so much worse, like even trying to explain like how that like thought. Boom chakalaka laka, you know? That's actually fine. PG-13 right there. Thank you for the hookup, Ada. We will now head to the electric. Electric? Electric? I'm excited to get this one. Thank you, Ada. The sandwich. Oh, the Sammy. Wait, where was the outbreak? Was it over here? We'll see it once the group is disbanded. Honestly, the shiny, I just realized, doesn't look that much different in this game. Oh, jeez. I was looking at like a previous. Hold on, wait, this is the wrong generation still. I guess it's like the eyes is the main thing. Oh yeah. Right, thanks again, Ada. Appreciate it. I was looking at like the Gen 5 sprite of it, and it looks a lot different in that gen. It looks way cooler in that gen, honestly. But it's still a cool shiny. It's like neon-y, which definitely fits the whole electric theme, right? Alright, let's go down. This one might actually be kind of tough to see. The yellow is like more neon. Alright, that's not shiny. Yeah, this one might actually be kind of hard to hunt. I'm trying to see, is there like any other real identifiable features? It's like darker, kind of. Alright, these are not shiny. Yeah, this one might be a nightmare to hunt. I just realized. What enticed me was looking at a previous gen sprite. It's funny how like just going from one gen to another almost like kills some shinies. Like they're just not as like interesting anymore. Stay away from me, demon. Right, let's despawn those and head back. Hopefully we just get lucky with this one and we find it like fast and painless. Yeah, it's mainly the yellow. It's gonna be like a little more neon looking. It's so... Oh my gosh. Yeah, those all look normal. Like, I can't tell if it's a blessing or a curse, if it's like better to hunt this at night. Alright, let me just... It's gonna run away and come back. Whoa, is it gonna crash again? What just happened? That's scary, yo. Did you see that lag? That's crazy. I thought the whole game was gonna crash. Because it already crashed earlier. What a day. This has been a very interesting experience. Like, I don't even know if I'd be able to tell what the shiny was without running into it. I mean, I feel like it would. If I'm looking side by side, I should be able to tell. This is just like... I wouldn't be surprised if I accidentally... like... missed the shiny. I mean, my Pavilion is just like going on a spree right now. Yeah, just regular. Okay, let's keep checking back. I mean, these all look the same, but never be too careful when they're slightly different. So it's like the main downside of hunting this right now. But I do want this, so it will be worth it. I must have thought that was it. I'm just gonna... Since I can't really tell, I'm just gonna despawn them all and come back. Like, when I feel like I've seen them all, I'm just gonna do that. Speed up the whole process a bit. I'm not gonna try to think too much about if I miss them, if I can just try my best with what I can. Water hunting is already like one of my least favorite hunts, but there's a bunch we're still gonna have to do regardless of that, if that is the case. Wait a second. Oh. It looked like it was almost like a different shade for a second. Jeez. It's actually kind of a scary Pokemon. Like, what if this, like, latched onto you? I don't think that's shiny. It's like kind of bluish, but I think with the way the game is, it's like so like something I feel like would be rather difficult to tell. Like, I don't think that's it. When they're next to each other, it's definitely easier to tell the difference. I feel like this one I'm gonna be kind of surprised when I find it. I'm just gonna back up and come back. We're just gonna get a full new group of them. I'm gonna try to do that a little bit more frequent. It's unfortunate because I kind of have to like get so close, and that's the best way for me to tell. Like, I don't think this is it. But it's like, it also looks lighter than the other one. But then I'm like, wait, I'm looking for one that's darker. Should be darker, but the eyes are lighter. No. I don't think I see it over there. No. I almost thought that was it for a second. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like so hard to tell. Alright. I've knocked out so many of them, they're like dying. Yo, come back. Enough of the violence, my friend. Alright, I'm gonna check these ones on the left, and then I'm gonna despawn them all. And come back. You've obtained some glorious food. That's amazing to hear. I'm glad that you're getting yourself fed. Is that thing in the back shiny? I don't think it is. Right, I'm gonna go despawn these and make a new group of them. I don't want to keep killing them. It's the last thing I want to be doing. This one's definitely going to take a watchful eye. I keep thinking like one of these is shiny. That's how like much my eyes are tricking me in this one. It's like between the reflection of the sun and the water and the change of day and night. I have to like readjust my eyes on what I'm looking at. Okay, let me just despawn all this. Okay. Not as shiny. Diving would be cool. They should just create a new way to hunt in water. That isn't this. Because there's no fishing in this game, technically. Okay. It's kind of like a neon, like yellow, green. The eye. I'm thinking that we would probably be able to tell if we see it. Alright, let's go despawn these and come back. Oh, watch roll. Alright, let me head back in. Doesn't look shiny. Doesn't look shiny. Yeah, it really is. I was I was originally looking at its Gen 5 sprite where it does look kind of different because it's like more purple. Neon looking. But yeah, in these games it actually doesn't really look much different. So it's kind of a nightmare. I feel like I'm getting a little bit faster at checking it though. I'm feeling a little more confident that I'm not seeing it. That's not a shiny for sure. Yeah, I don't think that's a shiny. Yeah, they're definitely difficult ones, but I want the shiny. We will put in our efforts, try our best. Gosh. I'm like really squinting and I'm like leaning in, really trying to get like a good look at my monitor. But yeah, thanks for tuning in today. Hope y'all doing well. I'm just gonna despawn them and come back. How much time we got left? We've got about 14.5 minutes left. It's not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. I almost thought that was shiny, but it's not. So this one will be more, it's like very subtle. Nope. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, but that's cool your friend got it. I mean, it's bound to happen for you too if you do it frequently enough, right? But I know your feels and how you feel. Alright, I think these are all not shiny. Until I feel you there. But you did end up getting it from what I saw earlier, which is great to hear. Oh, he gave you one. Damn, he gave you one of the two that he got. That's really nice then. I think that's the benefit. Sometimes that's just how the RNG goes, you know? Like, I'd love to find even just a shiny right now, but I might not even find one with this sandwich. Sometimes you find multiples. I don't know why this one looks different, but it's probably not shiny. It's probably just because it's close to the cliff. How did you like hunting in the Union Circle? Was it... like, how was your experience? I feel very much like confused. Alright, let me go spawn in some different ones. Hey PhD, good to see you. How you doing today, bud? That's cool. So you're just kind of like circling the desert. Different parts of the desert at the same time. Whoa, what? There's a whole, like, flurry of Tynamo. I don't even know if I could tell if there was a shiny of that. Like, legitimately. How would I know? These are looking normal, if I'm not mistaken. Shit, I should have... Let me just run into it. I don't want to knock it out. Only the stripe on it is a different shade, like along the side. That does not seem like it would be too easy to spot. This is probably not shiny. This one's very subtle, so... Try my best. Oh yeah, this one seems like a nightmare to hunt. That is true. I don't know if you can when you're... I don't know if you can on the mount. Maybe you can, and I didn't realize. Doesn't look shiny. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's like more of like a limeish green for sure, like the eye pattern. So I feel like if we see them next to each other, for sure we should be able to see it. You just rather Masuda for? I mean, it's Masuda odds here technically, and like it is still faster. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of like a pain. I like this just because it's not like something where I have to actually go, like, I guess like the outbreak makes it a little more appealing, I suppose. That's like what my thought process was. But it is, yeah, a little nerve-wracking too. Jeez. Oh, I understand you wearing glasses. Yeah, I understand that. You don't want to just be like staring at this. This is one of the reasons why it would be beneficial to have like a sound. You know, that way I could just like run in. If I don't hear anything, I just like run away. Spawn in more again, fast. You know? But here I am probably like checking the same ones over and over. For all I know. There's like a good chance that's what's happening. Alright, let me just despawn them. That is true, that's a good way to do it. I'm too lazy to do that at the moment, but that is definitely a way to go about this. For like these Pokemon that have very subtle changes. Just adjust your TV so that the changes are more drastic. You hone in on the subtle differences and make that what separates you from other shiny hunters. Have you done that before? Who here has done that? almost feel like I should just do that. The thing is, like, I'm trying to think, if I did it on my monitor, would it affect the recording of the game, or would I have to actually do it in OBS for it to affect the recording of the game? And if I had to do it through OBS, then it's like I'd have to stare at my OBS over my monitor. Oh, your TV can't even do it. I'm just like leaning in this whole time, just like, tell me more. I feel like as you get deeper into hunts like this though, it becomes a little bit more, like your eye changes slightly for the Pokemon. I wasn't trying to run into that. I don't know why about that Dynamo. Alright, it's not shiny. I don't know. Yeah, I used the Humongo. Wait, maybe that's what we should do for this. Wait, that's a great idea. How about next time you give me a sandwich boost, instead of giving me like the encounter one for electric, give me the Humongo. So it'd be like shiny title and Humongo. That way like all of these are so much bigger and they're like easier to see. That might actually be a good idea. Because it's not like it doesn't really seem like we're spawning in more of this Pokemon, particularly in this outbreak. It seems more that they're just like the outbreak Pokemon. We'll see though. Hopefully there isn't another time actually. Okay, I have like 4 minutes left. Just want to attack the Dynamo. Oh no, Vivillon. Enough violence, Vivillon. Bring peace to these creatures. They need it more than we do. These rowdy little electric. Okay. I do not see it. From my understanding of what this could potentially look like, I do not see it. I do not see it in you. Not you. Not you. Definitely not you. Alright, let's head back. Nope. I think at least I feel more confident. The hunt feels like I can get faster at checking them. That's usually what happens. I mean, your eye starts to adjust. It's such a great experience. Nothing like how my back and eyes feel. Alright, let's see. Checking them out for the shiny. Where are you, shiny? Don't think you are the one. It's crazy because in some lighting they look like they're red. And I keep thinking they're like tiny little shiny Gyarados. Maybe it's just me that sees it like that. But like there's like a certain point where like the way they are, it just looks like that and it's like, wow. Tripping me out with these like tiny Gyarados. That's what I should name this Pokemon if I catch it, Tiny Gyarados. You hear that? Your name is already decided, young one. Just show your face, Tiny Gyarados, wherever you may be. You have a home. You have a home outside of the South Paldean Sea. You have many battles to win and a title to earn. Where are you? Where are you, my friend? None of you are worthy. You aren't worthy of the title. You are just merely a normal electric rolls right off the tongue. I mean, I'm sure it does once you're more comfortable saying it. I'm trying to say it like with electricity, you know, electric. It almost has that like vibe. Trying to speak its language. How much time we got left? 8 seconds. By chance, Addo, are you down to give me another boost? Let's see here. Does not seem that these final Electros or like electric does not seem they are shiny. I peered into their souls, into their eyes to judge them for who they are. They are not the one. And now we have these false believers appearing into my outbreak. It's tragedy. It's quite tragic to see this change in environment because we couldn't find the chosen one. It's hard to know what this place will look like years from now. The Finzian will slowly move in and take over the territory. It's a sad sight to see. I'm sorry we had to witness this together. Breaks my heart. I'm just gonna soft reset. Mainly because I killed so many. Many died. Too many died. A little too many. Hopefully this doesn't turn into like a 2-hour hunt for this particular Pokemon. I was hoping that this would be like, with the luck we've had so far, it would take maybe an hour at most. Hopefully. Whoa, what the? That was nuts. I was about to go in the water. They're about to do me dirty out here in the sea. Like, how would I ever tell this Pokemon is a shiny? Isn't it like, even the line, isn't it just like very subtle? Like, even in like clear conditions, it would be like a hard Pokemon to tell. That's crazy that's like a, wow. You're not shiny. Yeah, I'm thinking that if I did see the shiny, I would recognize it. Ooh, Shelter. You know what? Maybe we should just do the electric sandwich. I don't know if I need them to be humongo to see. I feel like maybe like force spawning electrics is probably just overall the better strategy. So we could just do the same sandwich again. Whenever you're ready. Just checking to see, because you know, like obviously there's been times where I've like just loaded in the game after a hunt and I found the shiny that way. Like it was like waiting for me upon load in. It's always a possibility. Come on. Come on! I mean, finding a tiny minnow shiny would be pretty baller. I'm not gonna act like that wouldn't be baller. Word. Sounds good to me. I don't know how long that takes, but sounds great. You get yourself that spirit orb. Spirit orb. In the BW game that you're playing. I'm just messing around. Your waifu simulator. I understand. There's priorities in life. You must get the waifu. The waifu must get you. Alright, so I turn around. Understandable, you know. I'm here, not the judge, but to accommodate. For you are helping me. So I will understand. The least I can do is offer my empathy. I understand. Is this a shiny? Tricked. It's a cloister. Just chilling out below. Yeah, this place is plagued with random Pokemon. I think the electric sandwich is probably optimal. Absolutely. Been waiting forever. My dreams will be fulfilled. I go to this circle. And some calories to be filled with a sandwich. I add the cheese. I sing for thee. Wait, what am I doing? Forgot I need to go online. That would explain everything. I did soft reset my game. I would love to join this room. Something I look forward to. We have our picnics. We have tea. Talk about our most recent chat. Wait, what? What was that all about? That was nice. Oh. Maybe the room doesn't exist anymore. Was that the right code? Did I enter that correctly? Was that me that messed up? Or what? Is that the wrong code? Ah. Oh, it's okay. It's an easy mistake to make. They're right next to each other. They're right next to each other, don't you even worry. Anyways, I was saying, it's the picnics. You know? It's like what you put on the sandwiches, like that, the herb. That just hits me different. You know, it's like makes my favorite activities even more enjoyable. There's something to these Pokemon as well, which is... Well, now. That was very unique. This game has been... it's all good. I don't even know if that was you or just the game. In general. You know, just... It's fine. We could just say it's the game. I like that. You know, we can unite under that cause. Because I was already convinced. Because I had the game crash on me earlier. And I had a big moment of lag as well, slightly earlier. Someone put past me. Game for whatever reason. Just can't handle it today. Yeah, I didn't think you did. Like, when it really makes sense to just... Like, it's kind of funny, like, if you're trolling me, but, like, I don't think there's ever been a moment I would think you did that purposely. Yo, PhD, congratulations on your Lechonk. Are you still doing your Nuzlocke challenge? Here we go. I've lost my mind slightly. This E-Electric has become the forefront of all I can think of. I pray for shiny luck. RNGesus, just because I haven't been coming to RNG church every weekend. Can you please cut me some slack? My eyes hurt. And I hate the ocean. Please. Will you hear my pleas? Please. I bring the cheese, then you see that all the things that you thought would be shiny, they're just shiny. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. Yeah. But Shelter, at least you would notice when you see it. You don't have to like run up to it and then like stare into its eyes. Shelter is like pretty... Yeah. You were looking for a shiny Scatterbug? Yeah, that's a sick one to hunt. Good luck on getting the shiny Scatterbug. Happy that you got something to ease your grind. Show you that there are shinies out there waiting for you. Thank you, Ada. Have you got your Tadbulb yet? Tell me, Ada. Have you got your Tadbulb? You gotta use the Humongo. You gotta make them big. You gotta risk the encounter power just to see them. Thank you, Ada. Your time, your effort, your sandwich, your herba. 10 out of 10. You search for an hour and a half. I mean, I understand that, yeah. What was the longest hunt I did? Was it for like fancy patterned villain? Like the regular pattern took me like the longest, the hunt. The irony. I think it took me like, I don't remember, like was it 3 or 4 hours? It was kind of crazy. Like I found so many other shinies in that period of time before I found that. Alright, this is probably the best part of the hunt. Okay, that kind of took me out of it a little bit. 'Cause I'm free. Free falling. Watch this video get claimed, because I just did that. You tried to sing the melody of a popular song in your video. So now it's claimed by that entire song. All hours of it. For a few seconds. I actually had on my main, like my art channel on YouTube, so like, I played a song. And it was actually my song. It was like a song that my band wrote. And some company claimed my live stream and said that I played... It was like a Biggie Smalls song or something? I think it was. And I was like, where the hell... Like, it shows you where the claim is being made in the video. And I was looking, I'm like, that's literally my song. Like, what? How do they think this is that song? And I, like, disputed it, and they just never responded, and it's just sitting there, and if they don't respond within 30 days, it just, like, removes their copyright claim automatically. But I'm, like, wondering, like, I feel like they're just not going to respond, and that's what's going to happen. It's just going to automatically get removed. But you have to understand, too, like, I'm so confused by the entire experience, because it's, like, how are they allowed to do that? Like, how's that allowed? Like how they just allowed to like randomly claim a video falsely. Even if like I inevitably win it, it's like weird. It's very interesting. Like my song doesn't, like I didn't even know what that song really sounded like either. That it claimed, I can't remember which one it was. But I like listened to it and I'm like, this sounds nothing like what was being played. It was strange. YouTube is strange in that regard. That's why it's better to be safe and not use, like, music that you don't have, you know, some type of license to use, whether it be a creative license or, you know, music that you know who made the music and you have rights to use it. I was just, like, confused, you know, I'm like, this is literally my song. Like, it's not just something like if it was a song like that, like, you know, I get it. But... What?! Oh my god, that was crazy! I didn't even know that was a shiny. I mean, I didn't even see it. Like, I was just talking and it just ran into me. That's awesome. Alright, this is what I was looking for. I'm afraid. Does this thing have a way to kill itself? Well, let me save real quick. Dang it. Get out of my way. It's running away. I think it's this one over here. Oh my gosh, like, I don't think I could even really tell. Like, that's so hard to tell. That's so nuts that it I'll take it. That's a good way to get a shot. Alright, it's using wrap. What kind of ball should I catch this in? Master Ball. Yeah, it's very similar to the Bramblin. But Bramblin was... I wasn't even hunting Bramblin though. I was hatching eggs. Like, it was like, there was a chance a Bramblin shiny could appear, but it wasn't like actively seeking it. Like, I didn't really care if I got it. But I do agree, it's in the same realm. What should I use to catch this? What if I did use my Master Ball? I want to save my Master Ball in case there's like a legendary that we can shiny hunt in the DLC. I mean, maybe Dive Ball. Premier Ball, I guess, could be cool. What is... Oh wait, the Electros looks sick. It's shiny. It's like green or teal. I don't know what to catch it in. I have one luxury ball, so I don't necessarily want to use that. Maybe dive or net ball. I like how I can't decide. I'll try a dive ball. I mean, it gets a bonus here as well. Yeah, I don't think I would... How the hell am I supposed to tell the difference of that? That doesn't look... Yo, that looks like almost not... I guess you can kind of tell. Wow, it's like very subtle, the change. I'm very lucky it just ran into me. Alright, GG, you got it. Should I try to get a second one? Yo, that's such a brutal Pokemon to hunt. Good way to get the shiny though, that's for sure. Saves me a little bit of effort. Guess RNG's has heard my pleas. But for real, that like difference is so subtle. I don't even think I would have been able to tell if I saw it. I probably ran past it. I mean, the eyes, I guess, I probably could tell by the eyes. I'll check in a second to see. Here, let me just see if this has a mark real quick. It's a jolly nature, that's kind of cool. Ooh, it's just an uncommon mark. But that's still cool that it actually has a mark. Yeah, that's sick. Glad to get that. I'm just gonna knock out the rest of these, I think. And then I'll just run along the the coastline. I kind of want to check for Pincursion, I will admit. Like, a part of me wants to try to get a second one, because then that way I could build an Evilite one, and then I could build an Electros for PvP as well. Have two. But I guess it's not really the biggest deal. I'm just not sure what I would use it as in competitive yet. Would it be as Electros or Electric? Will this knock out? Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna clear out this outbreak. And if I by chance find another shiny, that'd be sick, but we're not gonna sweat it. Already got what we needed. Is that it? Whoa. Come on, Scyther, take him down. Okay. We are clearing out the outbreak. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, that's so crazy. I'm so happy that's how I found it. Not only did we find it in a very epic way. The amount of times I've found shinies, even the Growlithe I caught earlier. Like, I caught it as I was asking for it to appear. It's always fun. Come on, Scyther. Oh yeah, I'm going to Disney this weekend. On Friday. I'm excited about that. My buddy works... Like, we were supposed to go on the way back from San Diego. But we decided to just not do it. Like, months ago. But yeah, we're taking up on a rain check that was like from months ago. I'm pretty excited. Because it wasn't really expected, it was like a random plan. Who knows? Oh. Alright. I feel like we're probably close to knocking out this outbreak. I mean, even when the shiny ran, I couldn't really tell. Like, it was like one of the situations where, you know, I saw, you know, like the cup game where they put something into the cup and you have to see, like, follow the cup and see where it was, like, when they switch the cups, you want to keep your eye on it. That's kind of what it was like. So it says the Pokemon from the outbreak have dispersed. Does it mean that it's potential that the one I found was not even an outbreak Pokemon, but it could have just been some random spawn here? Alright, let me just, like, get away from this now. It's just too painful to hunt this. Let me try to find some beach. Oh my gosh, no. I'm gonna finish up this sandwich. And I think that might be where I, like, end it here today. Let's get up here. Or actually, can I just fly somewhere? I guess I can't do it while I'm on climb. Alright, we'll just climb this mountain. It's probably not the best way to do what I was just doing. I think if I get around this side, there's going to be a beach. That was kind of a waste of time. I'll keep an eye out, but most of these Pokemon that are electric are so hard to tell the difference. PhD is wondering if they can get a bug sandwich. I'd be down to give it to you before I leave. If Ada can't do it before that. How much time I got left? I got like 16 minutes left on mine. Alright, let me keep going. Heading up. Yeah, if Ada can't give you a bug sandwich, then I'll give you one PhD in about 16 minutes. So it can help on your scatterbug hunt. Alright. Just heading around. Actually, let me just fly to a beach. What am I doing? Secluded beach, sure. Let's see what's over here. Imagine actually running a pink urchin in VGC, that'd be nuts. Like, during this gen. All good at it, for sure. That's why I said I'll do it. I think I'm down. Let me see. Wild Troll I don't really care for particularly. I think the tips are lighter for pink urchin. Or they're darker. Maybe I should bring a picture up. It's one of those subtle. Let me bring a pink urchin real quick. Apparently they announced Pokemon Go Fest. Everyone's... Oh wait, it's like... It is different. It's like orange. instead of yellow. Should be a pretty noticeable change. I'm not really gonna pay attention much to watch roll, but there's a chance we might get a shiny watch roll or something. Yeah, for the pink urchin, we just have to look for orange, where it's typically yellow. That should be solid. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. We're just kind of finishing up our electric sandwich, and I'll probably end my stream after that. Just trying my luck to see if I can get one more shiny here. Pink urchin's one I've wanted to hunt for a while. I don't even know if this is like the best spot to hunt it. But regardless, I don't know like what the best way to isolate it. I mean, it spawns here, so I guess that's good enough, right? Like maybe there's a spot where it doesn't spawn in watch roll somewhere. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Checking on our fellow pincurchin. I don't think I ever particularly agreed on doing one. What was? Did I ever like? I think that's something you wanted to do. This will be our video. Shout out to PHG. Hit that sub button. Hit the bell. There you go. You just record that part and use it in your videos. That'd be pretty funny actually, if you did use it. Hit the like. Smash it. Let's get 2 likes on this video. Get me into 3 subs. It's time to transform into a butterfly. Hence why you're hunting Scatterbug. It's metaphorical. You get your shiny Scatterbug and then it'll just be, everything will come together. It's taking responsibility as a young man, learning to do the best you can. Honestly, that's probably like one of the most important things as a human being. It's just to accept responsibility. If you do something wrong, the least you can do is take responsibility for your actions. A lot of people just like run. Like I saw this video, for example, of a lady that ordered DoorDash and she canceled the order, but she ordered it to her work. And like I understand like it's like on cameras at this point. Like she ordered food to her work where it's documented on cameras and her coworkers have seen her get the food. She canceled the order thinking like nothing of it. The DoorDasher like came back and he's like recording the interaction. And he says to her how, you know, did you cancel the order? And she's like playing dumb, like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he's like, but I delivered you the meal earlier. Did you cancel the order? And she's just like, you know, looks so guilty. And she's just like kind of like lying her ass off the entire time. And then eventually he gets her to admit that like, yes, she did receive the order. Because he's like saying how like his job is on the line because of her. And like her other coworker, like imagine like being the other coworkers that are watching this interaction and you learn this about one of your coworkers that they're like that. Like that'd be so awkward to work with that person after that. But it's a pretty, you know, I think it's like justice in a lot of ways. Like how could you have the audacity to order delivery yet you're gonna just like cancel and like screw over the people that delivered you the food? Like it's so weird. But yeah, like this person like could not accept the responsibility of their actions. You know, like it's like really weird. People can just like treat other humans so inhumane. It's like if you can't afford it, like just don't even buy it. But it gives me the sense that like this person isn't new to doing this. You know what I mean? It's like they were probably just so shocked to be called out for their actions. And it's like, yo, like the least you can do is like this is who you are, you know? You might not like the look in the mirror, but this is who you are. You're a shitty person. It's like you can change from here, but in this moment you are a shitty person. And it's like you have to like kind of accept, you know, it's not easy to just acknowledge like you've done something terrible or unfavorable, but like the best thing you could do to like kind of help mend the situation and move forward is at least not gaslight the crap out of this dude. You know, it's like obvious that you're lying. it was just like a really funny like TikTok I saw. You know, you love to see it as like someone who's like I've worked in the service industry before. I've never done like delivery, but I can only imagine like what it's like. Yeah, like these apps definitely don't pay well either. That's the thing about it is, you know, like it's not cheap to order delivery. But if you're gonna just order it and cancel your order just to try to get a free meal, that's like scummy. Because not only are you like costing the restaurant, but the person who is the middleman, who typically doesn't have a good wage for sure. I had a roommate actually who did Uber Eats, and I remember like how stressed he was all the time, like trying to like keep his bills paid monthly and such, and the inconsistency of it, and you know, feeling like people just take you for granted too because you're just like the delivery driver. Like people try to like distance themselves as much away from the delivery driver sometimes, so they just like don't have to feel bad like not tipping them well or tipping them at all. But at the same time, like on the other breath, like tipping is just like out of control in America in general. Like I'm not trying to like justify people not tipping or whatever, like, but tipping is something that is kind of like just messed up, how it's like so ingrained in a business model or service industry. Like there are some restaurants where like your wage is almost like dependent on tipping, which, you know, to each its own. Like if you want to tip your server or your bartender, like that's totally like between you and them, like whatever. But it's like kind of strange to think like some people's income is almost, you know, not even almost, but it is reliant on the consistency of that. Like there could be good times, I'm sure there's like nights where you're just stressed and you're like, I can't pay my bills, or I don't know. So you get $3 an order at DoorDash and the rest is your tips. That doesn't sound great. It's flat $3 across the board, like you're not paid based on distance or mileage. I mean, it's not, I mean, originally it was something that was done due to shortages in general. Like, if I'm trying to remember exactly the origin, it has nothing to do about, like, that's what they say it's meant to do, is like incentivize good. It's like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, I mean, it sounds nice if you want to believe it, but the original reason why tipping was a thing, I think it was mainly because there was like they couldn't even pay the workers at one point. Like there was a point in America, I'm trying to remember, it might have been during like the Great Depression, or I don't remember. It was like some type of recession was happening in America, and I don't think they could actually afford to pay the employees. So that's why tipping became a thing originally, if I'm not mistaken. It's like not from verbatim, some version of that. Like I obviously have butchered it up a bit, but I'm pretty sure it's like that's like the origin. It was like out of necessity, and now it's like just kind of ingrained. It's more like a tradition than, you know, it's like easy to look at. It's like it's just the norm, but it's interesting how it's just like, you know, it's like unnecessary. That's all I'm trying to say. It reminds me of like Reservoir Dogs. There's like a scene in that movie. Yeah, it was probably I mean, like, the reality is you shouldn't have to pay more than what you paid for the thing. You know, like, I don't even think tipping even incentivizes necessarily good service. Realistically, it's almost like an entitlement. But like, again, it shouldn't. It's like mixed. Like I have mixed feelings on it. Like I don't think it doesn't make sense. Like I do tip, but I don't actually think it makes that much sense. In the beginning of the movie Reservoir Dogs, there's a scene. It's one of the reasons why I've always like I kind of like Quentin Tarantino films. It's like you're kind of brought into a world. Like the world building's pretty good because you're kind of just usually brought into a moment that's just already ongoing, and you don't really have much information to go off of, but you're just kind of like in this world, right? So the scene is talking about like they're in a restaurant and they're actually talking about tipping in general, you know, like, and one of the, I think it's Mr. Pink, like he doesn't like tipping, so he like refuses to pitch in on the tip because they're trying to split the bill at the end, and it's just like this like conversation, like kind of talking about like, you know, tipping, and it's obviously American. I mean, not that tipping doesn't exist anywhere else, but I don't know. It's definitely like, I don't know, a lot of places I've worked, I imagine they make a lot of money. Like there was a place I worked at that, pretty sure like there's a lot of places I've worked at where I'm like, they have to make a lot of money. Like there's some jobs that don't even, like there's some restaurants that are so corporate that they don't even allow you to be tipped. Like tipping is not even allowed at their restaurants. Well, maybe not a restaurant, like maybe I'm thinking like fast food. What a comparison. What a comparison right there. Yeah, I thought it was like an American thing for sure. But I'm not gonna act like I know everything about everything or whatever, or anything. I know a decent amount of things, but I'm always like willing to, you know, keep an open mind about what I've learned and what I might think I know. I think it's a lifelong journey we go through. Oh, cliche. But yeah, for real though, it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why my girlfriend even likes me. It's just that like I know stuff. I mean, here I just nerd out about Pokemon. I mean, I talk about so much on my stream, honestly. I talk about like everything. But yeah, I'm a pretty big Pokemon nerd. But that's just like a tip of the iceberg, honestly. It's just, clearly it makes sense when you look at what I'm doing. So yeah, tell me what you think about tipping. Do you tip your waitress? Do you do Dine and Dash? Do you order Uber Eats and then cancel your order to get a free meal? Let me know below. Just, you know, make sure you also leave your social security number and your address also. You know, it's important. Your opinion won't matter unless you include those 2 bits. That is also satire. Please do not actually comment any of that. It's like hard for me to believe that like anyone would actually believe that, but I was just thinking like, could I be banned for like asking people to do that? like is that a bannable offense to the non-existent? I guess there is a chat box. I was about to say there's like not actually. Well, there will be. There will be potential for comments here. Just don't look at the comments if it comes to that. Alright, so we're finishing up our sandwich here. I was hoping to maybe scoop up a Pincurchin on the tail end of our stream. Because nothing like a little bit of like orange butt cheeks to like end the night. Gonna have to get ready for making dinner. It's a never-ending process. When you live your life. Pincurchin would be cool. Alright, that is a wrap. I don't think we end up spawning in a Pincurchin. But just to recap, we had a pretty successful stream. I got myself the E-Electric, which I was hunting for. Got myself a roly-poly, which was just by chance I found it. Carkol, which I was hunting. We did also find Growlithe. I think that was our final catch. So I'm pretty happy about how this went today. Appreciate you tuning to the stream today. I hope you have yourself a great evening. There is a chance I might be out of town this Saturday, so there might not be a stream. There may be one. Stay tuned. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, yes. Here. Let me get you the bug sandwich. 44. Hold on, let me save real quick. 4420 will be. Wait, actually, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. Let me make the union room. Let me get you your code, and then I'll end my stream. Thank you for reminding me. I almost left. Let's get your bug, Sammy, so you can potentially get your scatterbug. Oops. Alright. The code will be 86. Just bring a throwaway item. So whatever you bring, just throw it onto the ground. So just bring one random ingredient in butter or salt, and we should be good to go. Right, I think there's the code. 86T7P9. So 86T7P9. With that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll be waiting here, PHG, with the same code. If you just pause and get the code, should be good. Otherwise, reach out to me on Discord. Peace out.